Welcome back to Coffee Break with Chili's. I am Alex Ritchie, and today I'll be continuing the series Family Ties, and I'll be talking about understanding between parents and their children. So I feel like a lot of parents have a set plan for their kids before they're even born, or even soon after they're born, to go to college, become a doctor, and and they don't understand that their kid has their own plans for their future. And I think that they should allow their kids to do that without having negative feelings towards their kids and their choices. But also, I feel like teenagers should understand that their parents want the best for them. Now, I feel like this issue is slowly dying down, which I think is a very good thing. Like, a lot more parents are understanding, and that's great, that's awesome. But it's still a thing that we should talk about and try to get rid of and such. So when it comes to parents and their kids fighting, I think that's because they don't talk about their issues enough, or in the moment they're not talking about how they're super stressed out or had a bad day, and I think they should. So another way to stop having fights and stuff is also to have game night or go out, play golf, swim. Just basically more time with each other and learn more about their interests and stuff. And I know particularly teenagers don't like that a lot. I don't really, but I think it actually helps a lot even if the teenager doesn't want to do it. And I don't know if it makes them really upset. Absolutely don't do it at all. It's just a bad idea at that point. But personally, I think it helps a lot. Another thing that can help a lot is being able to tell when the other is upset and knowing what to do after that point. Now, I'm not sure what it's like in other families during dinner, but we don't really have our phones out that much unless it's oriented towards our conversation, if it's important to our conversation at all. And if your family, has phones out a lot and doesn't talk, I feel like you guys should just have no tech at all. And that probably will make, the child upset. But I feel like over time, if you guys ever, now over a pretty good period of time, I feel like you guys would start talking a lot and just about stuff and would become closer. So I don't know what it's like being a parent, but I would assume that a lot of parents feel that their kid doesn't appreciate them. So I would say to us kids or teenagers that we should really be more appreciative to everything, If they get a Starbucks or just some small gift to say thank you, and it means a lot to us, and I think that would create a really good relationship with you and your parent. And also, it's just nice in general to do that sort of thing. Also, don't try to complain a lot. That would also be a very good thing to do. Try to be as positive as you can, and try to smile a lot at your parents, It would just make you seem like more of a happy person, and it would kind of spread off to your parents. If you ever have a fight with your parents, try to repair that relationship as soon as possible. You don't want to have that just linger on for months and months, even a year. Just try to repair it within a few days or whatever. You can make your own judgment on how long you want it to be, but I would say don't try to procrastinate on that type of thing. That's also just a good thing to do in any relationship. So also don't try to yell at your parents and just try to make the fight as quote unquote good as you can. If you're gonna have a fight, try to make it as quick as possible. Don't make it loud. Just try to stay calm and everything, and yeah, and don't try to create unnecessary arguments between you and your parents, and yeah, just don't try to talk back to them, and if something they say annoys you, just shut your mouth, don't say anything, Just, just wait until you're alone and then do whatever you can to not get mad at your parents. Try to be honest with your parents. Don't ever lie to them, ever. It's a horrible idea. Nothing comes out of it. If you're in trouble, it's fine. And also being honest, like be honest about yourself, like who you are and your interests and everything. Now, if you're having dinner with your family and like with your parents and stuff at a restaurant, your house, wherever you are, don't like try to talk about current events. Maybe talk about like sports. You don't want to. I would advise against politics, honestly, unless they're really into that thing. You guys have similar beliefs, because you don't want to start a fight. If you guys have opposite beliefs or whatever. But I don't know, I think just talking about current events would be good. Maybe just don't make it anything controversial, I would say. And just try to find a common interest with you and your parent and like talk with them. You can even like find a really good show to watch together, or find a food item maybe. Like with me and my dad, we kind of like making hot wings a lot, buffalo wings. So something like that. You can just try to find really cool recipes with those, and yeah. Now I know like a lot of parents like talking about their lives and stuff and how it was when they were younger. And personally for me it's actually quite interesting. But I know a lot of people don't actually like talking with their parents about that. But I think it would create a really good relationship between you and your parents, and just learning more about your parents I think is a great thing to do. Now there isn't like, it won't be perfect. Like it never will be, and it won't magically just become very good. It takes a lot of time and just something to click pretty much. So just don't ever give up, I would say, unless it's some extreme situation. But yeah, anyway, that is the end of this episode of Family Ties. Thank you very much for listening.